So fuck you, Joe Biden, and your sob story about your rich, spoiled presidential kid, Hunter Biden.
You're listening.
Yeah, like all the time I'm listening.
WATB with Christian, Eric, and Carl sometimes.
Listen in your office, in your car, or even your neighborhood bar.
We're doing it. We're doing it. We're having fun. We're making it happen.
It's fun time. Open your mouth, close your eyes. We're going to give you a big surprise.
And here it is.
Welcome to Who Are These Broadcasters, the show that celebrates Kissmas before we celebrate Christmas. We celebrate early and often here at the show. I'm Christian Bladt, and look over there. It's Eric Zane. How are you, sir?
Never better and doing better. I mean, if I was doing terrible, I'm doing better now.
Well, because, you know, you're going to get to see my smiling face and half a dozen super chats that total about $8. So
yeah,
obviously,
I mean, again, you got to set the bar low, expectations low, and then the gratitude high.
Yeah.
You know?
By the way, before we dive in and we speak about super chats, we committed a major faux pas last week. Hamilton Berger had a $2 super chat that we did not get to. He said Wicked interviews are somehow too gay for Broadway. And if you remember, we had, we spent a few minutes on some of those Wicked press junkets. And Hamilton Berger, we did you a disservice. So I wanted to make sure we got to that. And it was worth interrupting you because, as we know from Who Are These Socials, super chats are always worth interrupting your co-host for.
Oh, my God, yes. That's, to me, those who exclaim that they don't like the unbelievable interruptions, to me, that's the flow. I mean, I could be sitting here telling you guys that I have 3 dicks or one that works, which would be news.
Just imagine that.
And you can just bust in with a goddamn super chat. That's the way of the world. Okay?
We do also read the poor chat here on the show. And Dwyer Christian has kind of a solid point. No super chats, no bears. Now, I've thought about doing that before. I in the past, I've given bears on credit with the promise that we might get closer to hitting our goal as the show goes along. I don't know. I might not start off with bears this week. And if you're mad at me, take it out on Dwyer Christian. I think that's a great idea. He does stress, dig down deep in your purses and donate. It's the holidays, fuckers. And a celebrity in our chat, the great Carl Hamburger, just hit the like button and he's never felt better. Yes, please like, subscribe, and all of those important things that we love to do every single day that we are here, every Tuesday that we're here. Eric, how do super chats work on this show? We're begging for them, but we didn't explain how they work, did we?
Well, the key thing to keep in mind if you're new around here is that if you want Christian to sign off with something ridiculous like I love CEOs of healthcare companies shot in the back, I'm Christian Bladt signing off, you would have to attach a dollar amount to it. Now, that doesn't mean with that dollar amount that he's necessarily going to say it. It's got to be the highest dollar amount with the sign off. So you could have something even more ridiculous with a higher amount. He's going to say that one. You're buying him to take your brain, your thoughts, and make him say them.
Yes.
So, you know, you can have him committing to touching children, whatever. Hating Asians. We all know that.
All the things that will get me in trouble. Absolutely.
Yes. And attach a dollar amount. I would suggest go big or go home. I would start with 20 and work your way up.
Yeah, frankly. I think that you've given them the perfect sell. And the threat of no bears seems to have worked. Yoda Whirl with $3. We all know this is a pay per bear channel. And we have one super chat. So that means that I will indeed oblige Yoda Whirl and give one bear.
Right.
So,
this would be a great thing for you to say. Like if this had a dollar amount attached to it, if you said, hey, I'm Christian Bladt, Luigi Mangione has 6-pack abs and a monster cock. If you said that, that would have a dollar amount attached to it.
I'm not mad at that statement. We'll talk
No.
about Luigi in a moment. But first, you want to talk about monster cocks, we got to talk bear cocks.
WATV, who are these bears? Who are these bears?
So our bear story for this week is actually one that my buddy EZ sent to me, and you sent me a fine presentation of it. In trying to find more footage, though, I found a much hotter reporter than the one you sent to me.
Okay,
So
good.
We're going to go ahead and look at mine. Yeah.
Good. The one I had, I knew wasn't great, but I knew the footage was good. I didn't like the reporter, so I'm glad that we kicked that guy to the curb.
Yeah. In fact, you know what? I need to at least show a little of that because I want people to see how some people, when they do some broadcasting, they really just phone it in. This guy's literally at his desk.
The story of how the bear saved Christmas from.
I mean, look at it. He's not in the studio. He's not out on location. He's at his cubicle. He's got a stuffed sloth. I don't know how I feel about this guy. So I'm glad that he's not presenting our bear story.
Wednesday morning, her surveillance system notified her. She took a peek and saw a bear stealing the Grinch and dragging him into the woods.
He was literally like clawing at like trying to unplug it, and yeah, he took it to the woods. I thought it was the funniest thing ever. I literally like text my husband and I'm like, what is going on? Like we were texting back and forth, just rewatching the video, sending it to all of our family and friends at 5 a.m. because we were like, what is going on?
As for the Grinch, he's not seeing Christmas this
Jesus Christ. It looked like she put her makeup on with Homer's makeup gun set on whore. God damn, look at that monster.
There's a little extra glisten on those lips.
Fuck me. Jesus Christ. She looks like a fucking orc.
I believe that color is called the girlfriend experience.
Because we were like, what is going on?
As for the Grinch, he's not seeing Christmas this year from Suarez's porch. Now,
Actually, it's Rudolph the plug.
It's from inside the trash can.
We thought it was the craziest thing, but yeah, it's a funny story to tell.
Local in Golden Gate Estates along 22nd Avenue Northeast. Samantha Romero, NBC2.
What was that?
What happened?
She said, wabble.
I'm remembering now that I actually cut Samantha Romero out of this video. So you just got to hear her. I still think she's better than...
That was Samantha Romero?
Yeah, Sammy Romeo.
Local in Golden Gate Estates along 22nd Avenue Northeast. Samantha Romero, NBC2.
Quit fucking jazzing up your name with the rolled R. We get it.
Samantha Romero. Yeah,
Romero.
That's on me for I really thought she was in the clip.
Stupid.
Yeah. We'll take a look at her maybe next week, and we'll see if it's worth all those.
Yeah, we didn't even get to see her. What the fuck?
Yeah, well, that's on me for trying to keep the show moving along. I forgot. Well, your dick doesn't work anyway. What do you need her for? All right. Well, speaking of people whose dick don't work, this is going to be another story that our buddy EZ sent me.
WATV, who are these national news? Who are these national newscasters?
You know, when you live somewhere glamorous like I do, sometimes when you go out to eat, you go to Roscoe's Chicken and Waffles and you see Stevie Wonder eating there. True story. You'll see John Larroquette at the farmer's market, but you never expect to see a celebrity in Altoona, Pennsylvania at a McDonald's. But I guess there's one group who were really lucky about the way that their close encounter went. Wouldn't you say, EZ?
Oh, yeah. I mean, of all the places, the McDonald's in small town PA and local yokel fuddy-duddy on the scene who's the eyewitness to bushy-browed murderer guy.
Now, everybody is going to want to pay close attention because this guy, I would say he's a master storyteller. Do you think that that's an accurate description, Eric?
Well, yeah. I mean, these old fuckers, they like to go hard on the details, and that's pretty much something that you can expect to happen if you get someone who is of age. You're going to get all the details, and that's what happens here.
And our buddy Dwyer Christian says Luigi Mangione is the hottest murderer since Ted Bundy.
Oh my God,
And
that's true. He's going to get
Fitzgerald-
so much cock.
Yeah, I hope he likes cock, because if he doesn't, there's going to be a lot slang his way.
Yeah.
But, all right, let's hear about this little run-in with Luigi.
Friends, and I thought he was kidding. When the shooter, I'm assuming was the shooter who they made the arrest on, came in, he made a comment.
I have to pause this because I watched this 3 times to get these clips down to a good time, and I'm like hating this guy all over again. He's been talking for like 10 seconds. Instead of so bad.
Everything's so. I don't know. He hasn't said a lot already, but it's very easy to hate this people. I kind of wish that Luigi shot this guy in the back.
Yeah. Well, look, this guy's got it coming.
Yeah.
Well, that looks like the shooter from New York, but I thought he was. The group of us, I thought it was more of a joke.
Did you?
We were kidding about it, but then, as it turned out, it was him. And like I said, the employee that thought it was him that I guess started the initial investigation on it. I talked to her later. I said, was I here when he came in? And she goes, yeah. And she goes, actually, you and your friends and all were making a joke almost.
Son of a bitch.
Yeah. And you and cyberspace cosmonaut were the great alien ditty emoji. I smell a rat. Yeah. I don't know if you've. Yoda World. Why don't you go into detail how you shit yourself and yell at your daughter for being a disappointment? Sorry, was that at the guy on the screen, or was that at me or EZ? I mean, we could all do it.
Yeah, for sure.
I don't know if you've seen this, by the way. People on Yelp have been very helpful. They're not sure which McDonald's in Altoona this is.
Right.
So there have been reviews left on all the McDonald's in Altoona talking about how there's a problem with rats.
Yes. So somebody narked it out. So yeah, this is something. I think I know who it is too. She revealed. Did you keep the part in where that ogre woman came in the background? I think that's the one.
Well, they because they dissolved, we don't really see her. So
right.
Okay,
Look,
Eric, I had to cut something.
No, for sure. This is a 45-minute clip with this asshole telling us about a 3-second interaction.
Yeah. And look, the takeaway is that none of them got murdered. If somebody at his table got murdered, he'd take his time. He could tell the story for 20 minutes.
Right.
I've got this chat up that I have to read. Chad's missing upper lip. I knew this Dago didn't belong in my town.
Right.
I believe that's a quote attributed to the great Tukey.
He looks like, I don't know if you ever saw the movie Roadhouse with Patrick Swayze.
Yes.
He looks like the fucking actor who owned the Double Deuce. That's who that looks like, that fucking guy.
Well, this guy definitely knows about a Double Deuce, I'm sure. And it's John Locke's dad, Tom Sawyer. So let's go ahead and let's get more of this scintillating story.
The guy, but his back was to me. He did have a backpack, but my friend Mike that said this, I asked him again this morning. I said, were you kidding or not? He said, no, I was serious. He goes, the backpack, the jacket resembled the one he said the day of the shooting. There was no reaction from him.
Can you? Okay, so he after the arrest is made, he goes to his buddy that he shares a McMuffin with and says, "Hey, earlier in the day, Clyde, were you serious?" Yeah. Well, Clyde didn't say fucking shit.
Chad's missing upper lip says he takes as long to set up a story as easy. I don't agree with that, but I appreciate the comment.
The fuck?
Yeah. So he goes back. Look, he's got nothing else to do, so he goes back to the McDonald's.
He said the day of the shooting, there was no reaction from him.
There was an edit.
Whenever my friend said that, and
that's not my edit.
No.
That's
and
Fox
the worker, if she heard
they had
us
to edit it somewhere.
talking, he had to have heard us. But there was
okay. So I've got one more, and this is the shortest of the clips. He talks about he's surprised as to why this guy was hanging around Altoona. It's a great observation. Now, for people who maybe don't work in media, this is obviously not this is not an interview conducted by someone on camera, obviously, because it goes on so long. This is mostly the raw footage, but they still edited it. But you can listen to the woman holding the microphone up to him, definitely trying to get him to wrap up.
Okay.
He told me he was here this morning, they think a couple days. I don't know if that's true, in Altoona. And I'm anxious to see more that comes out to see if that is true. But I don't know. I didn't. I know it was raining pretty good yesterday morning, and I was surprised he stayed here as long as he did. You know what I mean? Being on the run or whatever.
Yeah. Okay. Can you shut the fuck up?
That sort of shocked me.
You think?
That shocked you that he stayed there because it was raining? Yeah, I'm sure that's what's on his mind.
Yeah.
He's a manhunt out for him all across the U.S. He killed the guy, shot him in the back. But, it's raining today. I think I'll stay in Altoona.
Dwyer Christian says audiobook narrator is discovered. And Adam Price with the observation. Over or under, he sits in McDonald's 3 hours every day.
Yeah.
I got no problem with that. Kirkland Red 100s. Why don't you get to real news like the Hawk Tuah girl? I would cover the Hawk Tuah girl, but they did talk about it on WATP on Saturday. And Blind Mike did a tremendous job on the Blind Mike Project on Sunday. Part of the problem with being at the beginning of the week, sometimes stories get away from us. I feel like it's all very familiar. And there's no way that the Hawk Tuah girl is going to do something dumb again. So we really missed our opportunity to talk about her probably. But
I was under the impression in this clip that there wasn't a reporter, that she realized that this guy's retarded, and she set up the camera and went in and got lunch and said, no, just tell your story.
Yeah. Well, Chad's missing upper lip. Just wants to make it sad for us. His wife died years ago and he hasn't had anyone to talk to since. And Yoda World, when they turn off the lights, he just powers down at the table.
Oh, fuck. So true.
And Dr. Anonymous, around here, they hang out around Waffle House.
Yeah.
And you know what? Kirkland Red 100s, you might not be wrong. This guy lost 20K on the Hawk Tuah coin. So, and this is a typo. Dave Coyle is trying to say that Carl eats poop. I've never seen him not eating poop, so it's kind of the
Yep.
Crypto scamming is a rite of passage for big time streamers. One more comment to Wire Christian. He wants to bathe with a toaster. All right. So we appreciate that from everybody. I really appreciate you sending that to me, Eric. And when I watched it earlier, like just a little bit more than an hour ago, I was like, oh, I hate this guy so much. I think that the chat's going to embrace him,
Yeah, that's it's as soon as they start, that's the way people feel when I start talking. I see this all the time.
Yeah, no, it's like, all right, well then what happened next with the RV?
Yeah.
All right. How far did you drive it?
Yeah, exactly. I can't help it. I cannot help it. Just can't.
All right. I've got a little presentation I want to make sure we have plenty of time for today. So let's dive into talk shows.
WATB, who are these talk shows? Who are these talk shows?
So there's a cast of characters involved here. Kit Hutcher, big fan. Can I get a shout out? And by the way, nice try. I did read I stressed the Kit.
No, you got to say it, Kid Toucher. That's what you got to say. You got to say Kid Toucher.
Put a 10 spot in front of that Kit Hutcher, and I'll say it however you want. All right. Scola! Anyway, so there's a cast of characters that I need to take a moment to introduce. Some of them are familiar to viewers of this show. I need to start by, let's just remind everybody of our friend Nick Fuentes. We've featured him on the show before, and he's known for the America First movement. He's anti-Semitic, and he's got some other really admirable attributes So, I just want to put the best one. So let's just remind people of the kinds of things that Nick talks about.
Wife is not your big sister. She's your fucking wife. She is your dominion. Okay? You own her. And she is subject to you. She is your subject. She is your helper. You can call her, okay, if you're having sex with her, you can call her whatever you want, okay? On your anniversary, you could call her your queen, whatever the fuck. But she's your wife, and she is your dependent, just like your children. And women should be treated like children, basically.
I mean, some of what he's saying is making sense. Like, I'm not going to throw out the baby with the bathwater. It's worth pointing out that that Nick Fuentes is not with a woman, and that's sort of part of the problem with the story that we'll get to. But I want to let him finish his thought here.
You mean
not like your buddy, not like your best companion. Your best friend should be another guy. Your wife is your wife. And if you really enjoy the company of your wife that much, I have bad news for you. You're gay. Because that's who really loves the company of women. I've said it so many times, and it's so true.
Yeah. So only gay dudes love women. Who wants to spend time with women? Homos. I'm sorry. What were you saying?
What's so fantastic about this is I'm picturing either people getting upset with what he says or going, yeah. And I don't know. I'm hopeful that there's people laughing like I would laugh at that, or like I did laugh at that. That's hysterical to me. I think that's very, very funny.
It's all very calculated what Nick Fuentes does, and it is to get both of those reactions. He doesn't want any middle of the road.
You can't be a moron and pay attention to that type of show. If you get either angry at that or happy at that or enjoy it like it's like you're going, yeah, you're retarded on both ends.
Yes.
Both of those viewers are retards. The only brilliant people like me are the ones who laugh at that. That's hysterical.
By the way, that's my favorite little corner of YouPorn. Retarded on both ends. Type in that search term and you're welcome. I'm glad that you mentioned it. All right. So this is a very quick clip, but it made me laugh because it's going to set up the actual story. These are two people that you don't see very often on this show. In fact, one of them, I believe we've never seen on this show before. Just a little interaction between Alex Jones and Steven Crowder.
I don't want to say this. I'm not saying Nick Fuentes is a homosexual. What I am saying is, no, I'm serious. Wasn't a joke.
What do you lead with that? Where do you go from there, Alex?
So Crowder, chokes on his coffee because he's not expecting Alex Jones to say what he says.
No, I'm serious. Fuentes is a homosexual. What I am saying.
So there's a reason this comes up because. And I don't know how much you know about this, Easy. I decided to not ask beforehand. I'm hoping you don't know that much, but it's fine. We're going to take the audience on a little journey with us. There is a video out there that is alleged, stress the alleged, to feature someone we're going to visit with in a moment, Destiny, who is a gay, far-left sort of media personality. He's been on the show before. He was unable to explain what a woman was to a couple of African-American podcast hosts.
Okay.
And we spent some time with Destiny. We've seen him on the Piers Morgan show.
Yep.
So there is a video purportedly of Destiny giving a blowjob to Nick Fuentes. Now, as we'll see as this narrative continues, it kind of doesn't matter whether or not Nick is Destiny's 100% a dude. That's a great point. I'm glad you asked that. A very important question. A better host would have made sure everyone knew that.
Okay. So Destiny, it's not like a transgender.
No,
a dude.
This is a dude. Yeah.
And there's a video allegedly of Nick Fuentes' penis in Destiny's mouth.
Yes, allegedly and reportedly. Destiny responds to the fact that this video is out there, doesn't really pour water on it because, he's probably not that much of a fan of Nick Fuentes, although there are photos of them doing an interview together.
Okay.
So people have decided that the timeline must be that this video happened after one of them did the other show. I actually don't know whose show it was. Clips aren't worth playing, but Destiny responds to it.
I think a friend of mine's account from that I talked to like 3 or 4 years ago ended up getting compromised, and you know, sometimes you just gotta roll with the memes. It is what it is. What do you want me to say? What do you want me to say? Okay. Sometimes it happens.
Yeah. So he's saying the video. He's saying he's saying the video's really me.
Okay.
He's just saying, yeah, the video got out. But he's like, what do you want me to say about it? I'm not going to say it's not Nick Fuentes, because then the narrative ends right there. And you and I would be probably looking at more bears right now, you know?
Right. Okay. So he is pouring gasoline on this rumor then.
Yes.
Okay.
And Nick does respond on his show.
Thanksgiving, and everybody's watching Destiny go to town on this guy's penis.
A few moments later.
So that I did watch it. The guy was also wearing a bracelet. I never wear a bracelet.
Well, then there's no way it's him, right? We can close the book on this whole thing, right, Eric?
Oh my God. Jesus Christ.
The guy's wearing a bracelet. I don't wear bracelets.
If you zoom in, he was wearing a gold bracelet.
Yeah, a gold bracelet.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So now what?
Well,
Is that it?
No. There's so much more. Now I need to bring someone into the mix who, again, shockingly has never been featured on this show before. Do you know who Milo Yiannopoulos is?
Yeah, he's like banned from campuses, right?
He's banned from kind of everywhere.
Yeah.
And he's doing a little bit of as much of a rehabilitation tour as you can. He'll talk in a later clip about why he was canceled, but this is a clip that has been burning a hole in my pocket. I can't wait to share this clip. I want people to meet Milo Yiannopoulos on this show for the first time on Timcast, talking about a very special gift he received while working for Kanye West.
Back by osmosis, but I also have, actually, since you bring it up, I've got an N-word pass from the highest possible authority.
So he takes a card out and he's holding it up to the camera. It's right there. And the hosts are going to ask, what authority gave you an N-word pass?
This is an N-word
Al
pass.
Sharpton?
From
NAACP?
No, better than that. From Kanye West. So in a text thread with me, Ye, and his wife, the three of us, he says, I only let people say nigger that have sucked nigger cock. This text thread has passed the test. And I replied, can confirm. So when I left Yeezy, he sent me an N-word pass.
He sent you that?
Yeah, he sent me. So I'm in fact allowed to say it whenever I want. Thanks very much.
All right.
Okay.
I mean, if Ye tells him he can say it, then I guess who are we to stop him from using that word?
Weird. He doesn't seem gay at all.
Well, the interesting thing about Milo, by the way, is that he's trying to be a reformed homosexual. Many would say that might be a little bit of a bit that he's not that reformed. But
oh no, come on now.
Yeah, but this is current footage of him, so this is still how he's presenting. All right. So I know there's a lot of setup to this. This is almost like the guy in the McDonald's, but see, my clips are funny. That guy's just talking about his buddy who saw a backpack. So Milo goes on the show of the great Alex Stein, who we've featured on this show before. Tremendous personality on the Blaze. And a quick reminder of Alex Stein in a recent video where he had some interesting headgear on an airplane.
We're on the flight. Some people don't like the hat. This guy doesn't like the hat, but guys, I put Pip on a blimp,
So he's got a gigantic, oversized "Make America Great Again" hat on an airplane.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Love Donald Trump here. Future 47th. And don't forget, he's the 45th president. Let's go.
Yeah. So people should check out that video. There's a lot of interactions at the airport and in the airplane itself. All right. So Milo goes on Alex's show to promote a book that he's published.
To promote my new book, The Wit and Wisdom of Nicholas J. Fuentes. 500 pages of all of the most brilliant things that Nick Fuentes has ever said, including all of his best jokes. It includes a snappy notebook. And the paperback edition also, late edition to the paperback edition. I just want to let you know that if you've already purchased this for Christmas, and it is a lovely stocking filler, it is. If you've already purchased this, you can pick up the paperback considerably cheaper. I don't make as much money on it, so probably buy this one. But buy the paperback because it does have an edition, and it's called As Stephen Gently Throbbed. The cock gobbling confessions of Nicholas J. Fuentes.
Yes. So
Wait,
yeah. So Stephen is Destiny's real name.
So that's a real thing.
Yeah. So
look at the size of that book.
Yeah. Now I don't want to invoke the wrath of Milo, but I have a theory about that book and why it's so big and why he's able to have a collection that is the wit and wisdom of Nicholas J. Fuentes.
Yeah.
I believe it's a blank book and every page has nothing on it.
That's why
that's my
it's
theory.
A notebook.
Yeah,
okay.
yeah. That's
All
my
right.
theory. Yes.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
I mean, come on now.
Yeah. And obviously Milo is definitely on the outs with Nicholas J. Fuentes. I think you're able to infer that by the fact that he's hawking a book, possibly a blank book that doesn't feature anything. They did work together. He was a bit of a protege of Milo, and Milo will say he's very disappointed. I have only the audio for this version, and we have to say that Milo might be joking here. However, it would be perfect and the great way to wrap up this video story that's been going around for a while.
Hey, we got to talk about this. Everybody talks about this guy. He's an open cuckold. Destiny has had his. You're laughing so much. So Destiny is on tape.
I'm sorry.
Performing fellatio
on Nicholas J. Fuentes.
No, that's not.
Listen, I paid $50,000 for that video. It's Nick Fuentes.
You paid for that video? Shut up! He's trolling. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about that. Wait, you're kidding me.
This is horrible. This is
put
horrible.
That on. Put
this
it
is
on.
horrible. Yeah, I paid Destiny. I said, give me something that looks like Nick Fuentes.
No, you did not. He's trolling. How can we fact check this? You're Jimmy. Clip that. You're on the internet.
Got it.
Milo said he paid Destiny $50,000 for a video of him blowing a dude that looks like Nick Fuentes.
I just said pick the one that looks the most like Nick.
All right. And we always want to present these things appropriately on this show.
Extraterrestrials, strange phenomena, missing persons, lost continents, myths, and monsters. We examine these mysteries to determine, are they bullshit or not?
Easy, I'm going to let you go first, and maybe you don't care as much as I do. I find the whole thing delightful. But do you think that Milo gave Destiny $50,000 for a video of him blowing someone who looks like Nick Fuentes?
No, I don't believe that.
All right.
I don't believe that at all.
Yeah, I don't think I believe it either, but I thought it was a very funny way to keep the story going.
I think all of these people together and this whole whatever this is, it makes my head hurt. This is all, these are terrible people. Every single one of these people are awful people. Pretty funny at times, but these are disgusting human beings.
I think the one who I feel the worst for is Alex Stein, because he just has Milo on his show because everybody looks up to Milo. You know, he was a huge name like a decade ago. And we've played clips of Nick Fuentes on this show. He's very funny. We've played clips of Alex Stein on this show. There's some clips that are so funny, but they're like 5 minutes where he goes to like local town hall meetings near where he lives in Texas. So big fan of the Pimp on a Blimp. And, you know, Milo definitely stirs up the shit like nobody's business. But Alex thinks that it's time to start, you know, bringing these two back together.
Nick Fuentes, and I'll clip this, is funny.
Out of the two of you, he's funny, yes. But
oh my gosh, Milo, come on, give me a break. Okay,
your problem is you're lazy. You don't do the work. You're lazy. You don't do the work. You had everything.
What work don't I do?
You have had everything put out for you on a platter.
What are you talking
about? And every time
about?
I see you show up, it's like you're phoning it in.
Well, that's kind of like me and Christian. He does all the goddamn heavy lifting on this thing. I just sit here and go, ha, ha, yeah, ha, ha.
Yeah, but to be fair, you sent me 2 clips, and one of them was that asshole at the beginning of the show that really
right.
That.
Okay.
So,
yeah.
So people can feel how they want about that. So, you know, he's basically turning it around, and Milo goes on to say that he's very disappointed in Alex Stein because he felt like he could be conservatism's Bill Maher, which having a talk show on the Blaze is pretty close to that. But Milo is very disappointed. But Alex doesn't care. You can criticize him, criticize his show. He wants to try and get Nick and Milo back together.
Nick a little bit.
Absolutely
He's
fucking
got me canceled from stuff.
Absolutely fucking not. Are you crazy?
Nick, but I
mend the fences with Nick Fuentes. What's the matter with you? Mend
Throwing
the fences with Nick Fuentes.
We've lost about 6 microphones this year. So.
Make it 8. Mend the fences with Nick Fuentes?
Well, I'm saying you should mend the fences with all your enemies, even if you don't like them. Because
No, I'm going to grind them into the dirt
Never.
so they scream for agony at my feet.
Milo.
Sorry, that sounded a bit gay, didn't it?
So yeah, the again reformed gay from what we can understand. So I knew you'd like him throwing water on him.
Yeah, I'd like that. I also like his point of view about mending fences. Fuck that shit.
Yes, I agree. Fences do not need to be mended. All right.
No.
So that basically is the Nick Fuentes part of this story. However, Milo did really stir things up with some allegations against Laura Loomer, who we featured on this show.
Yes.
Failed congressperson and got kicked out of Trump's orbit back in early September. We played a lot of clips of her. One of the clips, she ate dog food. So again, this is someone that Milo worked with very closely. And I know that people in the chat might not be as interested in this as I am, but I think what he has to say, this allegation of alleged behavior that probably didn't happen, is still very funny, and Alex has to react to it.
Well, I just
so he starts off by saying why he stopped interacting with Laura Loomer, who he worked very closely with.
Well, I distanced myself because she used to force herself on young male volunteers, 20, 21-year-olds, and she would go in the middle of the night. And I mean, some men will find this to be quite titillating. Although,
yeah, this sounds kind of good.
When you imagine sort of the face of the of the sword doll.
Yeah. All right. So he's saying Laura Loomer's not the hottest girl. Okay.
And there's the sword doll.
Right.
I would like to play a game. It's less enticing, but. She would climb into bed with these volunteers and suck them off in the middle of the night. Sorry to use that language, but I did tell you to put your children to bed.
No way. She wouldn't go and sexually assault random guys and just blow them.
I'm telling you because I lived in the pool house with her victim in 2020, who didn't know how to make it stop. He was a young Brazilian volunteer on.
Anyway, it goes on, but so this idea that she's going in during the night,
randomly sucking people off against their will.
Yeah, actually, Alex has a point that he tries to make about
her 2020 congressional campaign. I know because I helped to run that campaign. Okay, so don't tell me you don't believe it. I was there. She was creeping into bed with him, and she convinced herself that they were in love. And he was coming to me every day saying, "How do I make this stop?"
You say, "Bitch, get off me." I mean, that didn't seem that hard. I mean,
yeah, I mean, you would think that, but this is a young guy.
And I almost stopped the clip before Alex got to that, and I was just remembering, like, wait, I need him to say, "Bitch, get off me." All right, so I already played bullshit or not. Alex Stein is not necessarily buying this. He has a very specific reason, which just stirs up more bullshit.
Because Jewish girls don't get BJs.
Well, yeah, she's not Jewish.
What do you mean?
She's not Jewish. You can go onto my Twitter and you can find video from 2020 of Laura Loomer practicing how to draw a Star of David because she's not fucking Jewish.
Well, the thing about somebody,
I don't know about that.
It's the thing about somebody like Milo. It's a good thing he doesn't keep receipts and have video of what he talks about. Oh, wait, here she is practicing drawing Stars of David.
Very good. They're almost identical. And
don't take photos of this. I don't want people knowing.
Oh, she's totally Jewish. Look at her.
That's what I say.
Yeah. Oh, my God.
But she was, the point was that she was drawing pentagrams instead of Stars of David. So that is what got this, got a lot of heat on this interview. At the end of the episode, Alex apologizes to Laura Loomer. He did post on X that sorry for anything that was said. And then he took it down, though, because Milo's friends kind of bullied him into taking it down.
You know, I mean, at the end of the day, all of this mileage over one guy sucking dick, over two guys being involved in a random dick sucking escapade, right?
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Yeah, that's worth it. I would do it.
Yeah, well, I mean, come on, we all know that. How have I tried your patience too much with Milo? Because there's
nothing can try my patience. Oh, are you kidding me?
I want to share his account with how he got canceled. A gay man spoke on the topic of pedophilia, and he's going to recount that for Alex here.
You got canceled.
I pictured you.
Gay men normally.
Because some true thing about homosexuals. that all fags are pedophiles or something like that.
Allegedly.
So excuse me. Police legal department would like me to let you know that is a personal opinion and not.
Yeah. So that's his point. And, you know, he's a gay man. So he's like, well, clearly I can say that, you know.
Him being as, I'll just say this, from a critiquing entertainment standpoint.
Sure.
He's flamboyant. He's ridiculous. He says whatever the fuck he wants. He's not afraid to get in trouble. That's a star.
Yes.
That's a goddamn star, in my opinion. I don't like him, but I know he's a star.
I don't think you need to like him. And by the way, Milo would correct you. He would tell you he's an icon, which is above a star.
Either way, it's fucking money. That's all that matters here.
Yes.
If some crazy fucker moves the meter and says crazy shit, fucking A, all day, do it.
This is why I was so excited that Milo was making headlines again. He does describe what it was like to have been canceled.
Something that we now call damnatio in memoria was done to them, which means.
So he's talking about something that happened in ancient Rome after a fallen emperor, whether they get killed or they just get deposed. So he talks about what they would do in Rome.
Okay. Means their names would be chipped off buildings, their busts would be smashed, and they would be completely erased from history. But the difference between those niggas and me is I had to live to see it. I was around to watch.
Alex literally doesn't know how to respond.
But I had to watch it happen, and didn't just watch it happen. I watched my friends do it. I watched my friends go along with it. I watched my friends with the fucking chisels.
Oh.
Yeah. So, you know, he does, as you said, he says things that he knows are going to get a reaction. And Alex is like, well, I had Milo on my show, so I guess I need to expect all of this.
I was entertained until he started whining.
Yes.
Quit whining.
Well, I want to make sure that we leave you entertained. So he does put that laser sharp focus back onto Alex Stein in his career. And again, he's a tremendous broadcaster and big presence in conservative media. People love Alex Stein. Our buddy JJ is a huge fan, but he has some critique for him.
The set dressing of this show was dreary, but I had no idea how bad it was until I got here.
They say it looks like
My God.
They say it's like a pornography.
Like everything else to do with your career, it is phoned in.
Milo, I don't want to hear that, Milo. I don't want to hear that. I'm not Nick. I'm not Lord Loomer.
You know, I adore you. I adore you, but you've been one of the great disappointments of my life.
Why is that? How am I the disappointment, man?
Well, you were the future once, my darling, and you see, look.
Why? Because I'm too goofy? What do you mean I'm not the future?
No, you're really one of those people that sort of was trying to be famous for so long, and then you had a little taste of it, and you just threw it away.
What do you mean? Wait, explain this, Milo.
Let me explain.
How did I throw it away? I'm the pimp on a blimp.
I'll explain it with
Charlie Kirk.
I don't know what that means. Nobody knows.
Yeah,
I like the set. I don't have a problem with the set.
No, it's a great looking set.
But he's making fun of something that he's taking something that's not, in my opinion, anything to mock. Yeah. And he's doing a great job of mocking it. He's making it seem ridiculous, even though it's really not ridiculous. No. And the reaction by Stein is funny. Yeah, this is all good. I like these two.
No, I think that this interaction is great. This interview is a little tricky to find. Let's put it that way. Milo was kind enough to put up a lot of video. Audio of its entirety is all still out there. You'll notice that some of our clips are just audio. I want to go big, so I'm going to get one more comment on Stein's career, and then I'll end with something very big.
We filmed there, and
why have you got a chiropractor? How old are you?
I'm having heart issues as well.
How old are you? It's because you're fat, isn't it?
Part of it.
But why are you fat? Why aren't you hungry?
Because I have a beautiful blonde lady that I'm not out there seeking women.
Well, I'll talk to her afterwards, and I shall ensure.
She doesn't mind that I'm fat.
How many years have you been together? Still no proposal.
2 years.
2 years, no proposal. That's not good, is it?
For her.
Oh, I'm sure she's loving this now.
Well, I'm just saying I'm afraid to get married. I'm nervous of commitment. You know, my parents went through a divorce. It was a very tough thing for me to go through.
Can't even stick to a diet. I mean, I get it.
So obviously, you know, there's the bitchy queen persona, and if you can find the audio version, it's in its entirety. I found it to be very entertaining. I know that the audience had to indulge a few extra minutes of this. We're going to leave with one final comment from Milo, a theory about how he turned out the way he turned out.
with my dad being a killer and my stepdad beating me up, no wonder I ended up a faggot.
All right. So on that note, again, he can use that word because he's gay, and Kanye let him use the other word.
Yeah.
What's the problem, Easy?
This is all shit that's so above my pay grade. I don't have the fucking nerve to do this shit. It makes me fucking uneasy. I'm glad it's you. I'll just sit here and go, oh my God, a crazy fucker just said that shit.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Right.
God, I gotta, ooh, boy.
No, all we do is talk about monkeys on the loose or some possible ninja encounters. But that's what we do here on this show on Who Are These Broadcasters?
Yeah, absolutely.
All right. Well, how's the chat feeling about my little presentation? Believe me, I had more, but I tried to stick to the narrative.
They were right along with some outstanding comments. In particular, really rich of Eric to make fun of another gay.
That's fair.
That is great. Let's see. There was a couple more that let's see. Sam Bibley says that he needs to recognize me more or some shit like that. I don't know what the fuck he's talking about. Something about my damn tattoo.
He's a Star of David. Well, we're at $5 in super chats. You're never going to find out that way.
Right. There's the idea that I'm a goddamn Jew. No, fuck that shit.
No, exactly. Well, look, I felt like that was going to give us our fill of politics for the day, to have these conservative media types carrying on here on the show. And I hope that people enjoyed it. And there isn't a single person in that whole presentation that I don't enjoy videos for. Well, probably Steven Crowder, but everybody else.
Isn't Crowder the one? Wasn't there like there was a whole big expose about that guy with Landau, and then Mrs. Crowder can't be happy with his behavior, all that shit, right? That I don't think I like him at all.
Yeah, I worked for him for a little while and talked about that on WATP and The Dick Show. So not really a fan, but he has definitely carved out quite a niche for himself.
Did you say you worked for him?
A little bit, yeah. I attempted to book guests for them for a little while. It was not easy. So, yeah, I wasn't good at it. So, but in any case, I guess we can move on. But because of the topic that Milo brought up, I guess I'll mention that Kid Toucher gave us $2 and wanted to say, "Big fan, can I get a shout out?"
I think that's I think $4 total.
We're $5 total right now.
$5 total. That is so fucking embarrassing.
Is it? Or
I mean, in a hilarious way.
Yes. Okay, good. We're on the same page.
I don't know what the lowest we've gotten for one show is. But right now, $5 would be.
I think $5 would be, but it's all right.
We are halfway through it.
Yes, we really are. But all right. Well, we've had some fun. We've gawked at. We've talked about whether or not. There's a lot of talk about penises in mouths during this show. Eric, we don't usually have that much talk about that on this show, do we?
It's true. No, we don't.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's go somewhere where that never comes up. The world of sports.
Who are these sports? You know what I'm saying? Who are these sports? Let's see who's playing. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? No, I don't know what's the side.
I do enjoy that one. Oh my gosh. Liam McEnany with $5. We have now doubled our Hey, fuck you, Liam. Stein and Milo, is this show the best of 2008? We'll be taking down the Krasenstein bros next. Any footage of Robert Mueller? You give me another $5, I'll show whatever you want. But that's my whole point. What is the closing Snapchat so far? It's a great question. So they're not Snapchats, they're super chats, but you gave us money, so I'm not going to insult you. I wouldn't even consider it. So it's Liam's right now. This is our big one. This $5. So I would sign off by saying, Stein and Milo, is this show the best of 2008? Will we be taking down the Krasenstein brothers next? Any footage of Robert Mueller? So thank you, Labyrinth Mystic. And Bo Beardington with a $3.99 super sticker. Thank you so much. And 712 Colgate. Eric, give that doggy a treat. And look, their little icon is a bear.
Yeah,
so that's
I love
for
that. I love that.
Love that.
He has plenty of treats. Trust me. He's sleeping off how many he had prior to this.
So anyway, to Liam's point, I was just excited that Milo was back. I know sometimes I get over eager on this show, and
no, don't apologize. Fuck that shit.
We will be celebrating Christmas next week, so get ready. But for right now, we're talking sports, and
this is fucking great.
There's a huge story in the world of sports, which was the signing by the New York Mets of Juan Soto for $765 million guaranteed dollars for 15 years. The value is actually more than 800 most likely. And we'll talk about the particulars of that. But before the deal happened, we have a tremendous appearance from John Heyman, who is a baseball reporter, and he was making an appearance doing local radio in New York on WFAN, and he didn't enjoy his time with host Keith McPherson. So I've tried to keep the clip somewhat brief. In his intro, he jokes, Keith does, that he reports on so much Scott Boras, the super agent. He reports on so much Scott Boras news. He must be getting a take of what his client.
Right. He makes a crack. These two have been talking for quite some time over the years.
Yes. But when he references the fact that he started with the crack, it seems like Heyman has had enough. But let's take a listen.
And that got such play is because people believe everything I tweet. I've had 100,000 tweets, and you get one that was wrong, and it did say appears, and I know I rushed it, and it was a big mistake, and I regret it. But it's 2 years later.
No regrets.
I think
it's like
at some point, I think someone could probably drop it if they're a nice person.
What I think is it just like how I introduced you. Everybody in baseball knows who you are. So one, it's a credit to your work, your following, and how.
By the way, I won't be going on with you again. The whole thing has been a disaster.
That's okay.
I can't even believe you said that.
Just kidding.
To question my integrity.
Are you being serious right now?
I'm being serious. Yeah.
John,
asking me if I'm getting a cut because I have a relationship with an agent. That's outrageous. I know you're not a journalist. You don't know anything about this. I know you don't, but that's an outrageous comment. You should know that
it's
much.
Friday night at 8:30, John.
You should know that much.
And I am
I'm
not.
done with you.
I am
and
not
I'm
taking
done with
this that
WFAN.
serious.
Goodbye,
John. Thank you for
I
joining
can't
us,
even
John.
believe it.
Thank you,
I
John.
can't even believe it.
Thank you, John. Appreciate your time.
I can't even believe it. That's really what makes it. Is just he's always such an even keeled kind of milquetoast guy, and he's just had enough of. He has missed a few times. He did believe that the San Francisco Giants were going to sign Aaron Judge. By all indication, they had actually scheduled a press conference, and then the Yankees just dropped a ton more money to make sure they didn't lose him. Anyway,
wow,
I love that interaction though, Easy. I was excited for you to hear it. I was excited for it to be on this show when I heard that.
No, amazingly, I actually did hear it. I probably should have sent it. Thank God you had it. But I realized it was Met related. You'd all be all over it. God damn it. But
of course, yes.
Oh, Jesus Christ. What a child. I can't believe that they had conversations for that long together on the radio, and all of a sudden this guy gets sand in his twat. And this unfolds. What an embarrassment. What a child.
To me, it seems like if that really does bother you, get a message to him after the interview. Like, hey man, look, that makes me uncomfortable. Can you not say stuff like that in the future?
Easy.
And most interviewers would be like, yeah, no problem. You know what I mean?
And then sorry. But no, he does this and now it's fucking in the stratosphere. No one gives a fuck about anything. Whoever that other dude was on FAN, I love him.
Yeah,
because
Keith
he didn't even know
that's
that
his name. Yeah,
he didn't even know the other guy was that the
Heyman.
fucking idiot was serious. He was, wait a minute, are you serious? Oh, you're serious?
You're serious? Yeah,
I can't believe it.
Hulk smash. Okay,
pussy.
All right. We get it, bro.
Fuck you,
Barahosa. So, the Mets did sign that deal, and I am going to laugh at some Yankee fans in a moment, but let's laugh at a group of, these are professional radio show and podcast hosts who were on a stream together. They were just covering the winter meetings. They were hoping that some news was going to break. I've saved everybody the pain of actually going through most of it. Here they are at the moment where the news breaks that Juan Soto has spurned the New York Yankees and is instead taking his talents to Flushing.
Martino just said it. Mets are getting Soto.
What?
No.
Don't F with me.
Andy Martino, Mets are getting Soto.
Yes! We got him, John Heyman! We got him! We got him! As soon as Tommy came on! Yes! It's going! Yes!
I told you!
Oh my God.
I just have to say, look, it's very exciting. He's a tremendous player. I mean, I wasn't that excited when my wife said yes, when I asked her to marry me. I wasn't excited at our wedding. I wasn't excited either of our kids. The first time I got laid, I wasn't that excited. And believe me, that was a very exciting moment in my life.
Didn't the Mets get both Verlander and
well, they had Scherzer already.
And Scherzer at the same time?
Yes.
And how did that work out?
Not well, because they didn't have a $765 million a guy who's going to spend half of that contract as a designated hitter, by the way.
I hope he's horrible. You know, I hope this is one of those. Who was that asshole you paid for like 75 years?
Bonilla? They're still paying Bobby Bonilla.
Yeah.
And
fuck that.
Yeah. But they give him like $2 million a year so that they could sign a free agent pitcher that brought them to the 2000 World Series. But that's all right. By the way, Chris Davis for the Baltimore Orioles has a similarly deferred contract. It's way worse than the Bobby Bonilla.
Really?
But
okay.
Yeah, there's a lot of these. The Dodgers have signed a ton of deferred contracts over the last year. In any case, yes. Good as gold. Christian Bladt, made sweet love to a dog. Does that make me a gay, Milo? This is a good question. I'll send that to Milo and find out. And Labyrinth Mystic, F you, Stut Joe. When I drop off Joey C's car, I'm decking you and giving your wallet to Chad. Bigger piece of shit than any in U.S. history. Have a good day, or had a good day, gents. Thanks for being here, Labyrinth Mystic. All right. So are you feeling a little bit better about the super chats? You definitely appealed to them right there.
This is how I feel. If one person gives us 1 penny, that to me is a win, and I'm grateful for it. If anyone feels that they want to give more, same bit of gratitude.
What I will say is please give us 3 pennies. 1 for me, 1 for Easy, and 1 for Carl. Because if you give us 1 penny, it's really tough.
No. If you're entertained by this, then yeah, I mean, as your heart feels necessary.
Yeah. We'll get stream sniped by somebody like Chad, and they'll be like, "Oh, 83 viewers, they should be embarrassed." No, watch some of the other stuff I do live. 83 viewers is a lot for me, so I'm very excited. I love being here. It's fun to chat with EZ and talk to the WATP Universe audience. What was that? We had read that. This is another one, right?
Yes.
This is 712 Colgate. You can't leave. All the plants are going to die. Not quite sure I know what that means.
That's from a film. I don't know which one.
Is it is Soylent Green, or am I just getting confused? All right.
No, it's a comedy. I remember that clip, but I couldn't tell you. Someone's going to know. Someone's going to know.
Well, we're going to get some Yankee fan reaction, but I think first we have someone who is making their debut on this show. Now, he might sound like somebody that's been on the show before, but it's not the same person. Casey Day, thank you so much. Big Ten champion Casey Day, fan of the Oregon Ducks. A lot of the teams from the Pac-12. I don't know, fanatic.
I'm part of the NIL. I'm part of Division Street, you asshole. I'm part Oregon Duck.
I didn't even realize you were part
fan. Get out of here. All right, I'm out of here. That was fun.
So,
hey, what's up, fellas?
A lot of the other teams from the former Pac-12 haven't had a good time adjusting to the Pac-10. I've mentioned to you before, my wife went to USC. This wasn't a good year for USC in the Big Ten.
The next decade's gonna be shit. I'm eating USC tears, baby.
So I do have a presentation that has to do with the Oregon Ducks. If you can hang out for a few minutes, I want you to see some angry Yankee fans first.
No, I can always stomach angry New Yorkers.
Yes.
Speaking of, who is this gentleman? EZ. Hi, nice to meet you, EZ. Never
Yes,
met
Pleasure.
before.
Pleasure's
EZ?
mine.
This is KC. Yeah.
Nice.
He,
anyone ever told you you look like a young Sandusky? This college football guy. He's quite the coach, not that great of a man. I don't know about you, but you look the same. Is all I'm saying.
Thank you. I appreciate that. Because outside of the child rape, he was a pretty brilliant man.
I don't know about that. What kind of defense you run, EZ? Because
Well,
Sandusky, he was a brute.
Yeah,
And
he
I
didn't
mean in the shower.
Yeah, no, there was no defense in the shower. No matter how much you tried, you weren't able to get it. All right. So here is a guy who is very angry about Juan Soto spurning the Yankees for the Mets, and he has a completely heterosexual reaction to his anger.
Listen up, man. This is your new fucking home. This is your new home right here. Shut the fuck up and don't fucking complain. Look at this shithole.
Yeah.
Look at this fucking shithole.
I'm gonna pause for a second. The neighborhood's not great. It's shocking that there's still all these chop shops around there. There's definitely some revitalization plan. I believe there'll be a casino out there, but he's not wrong.
Right across the street. Look at this fucking dump. Road fucking closed. You chose this piece of shit to be your home for the next 15 fucking years because you're a money-hungry fucking bitch. Fuck you. Fuck you. Every Yankee fan should burn your fucking jersey. Fuck you, Juan Soto. Suck my fucking dick. Fuck you too, Scott Morris. Suck my fucking dick.
There's a lot of penis insertion into mouths in this show today, Casey. I'm kind
He's
of
not going to
embarrassed.
live at the chop shop. I mean, he's going to have a residence that's not there.
It's a beautiful ballpark, and plenty of Yankee fans have said that they wish their new ballpark was as nice as Citi Field. But that's all right. He's angry, and he's also looking to get sucked off. KC. I mean, I think that those things go hand in hand, don't they?
Yeah, you gotta be careful yelling at where he's yelling. Someone might choke you out. Then you're on the news.
Yeah.
I don't know.
By
They
the way,
can choke him out.
I didn't want to take the time to show the neighborhood that Yankee Stadium is in, but it's not great. It's not chop shots, but it's nothing to throw stones over. All right. So actor Nicholas Turturro, he's not just somebody who plays a tough guy on TV and movies. He's apparently an actual tough guy.
Juan Soto, I got 2 words for you. Fuck you! That's right. Fuck you and the horse you rode in on. And the cavalry behind you. That's right, motherfucker. Yeah, I'm taking it personal. We gave you our love. We gave you our fucking heart and soul. It wasn't enough. You turned your cap around after the World Series. I saw that fucking move. 700 million, 730. Yeah, it wasn't enough. It wasn't enough. Guaranteed years, it wasn't enough. You don't even choose the Dodgers. You don't even choose the Dodgers. You go off Broadway to the Mets. You don't want to be on Broadway, and you don't want to be Judge's guy. You don't want to be Judge's partner. Oh, that's right, Judge. Now it's your team. That's it. Let's stick it up his fucking ass. That's right. Let's go out. Let's get Burns, Fried, Bregman. Let's fucking take Oscar. I don't give a fuck. Now we're not fucking around. Take those fucking grungy, whatever those fucking, those stupid Mets. Fuck them.
So he throws.
Is he wearing a hat?
No, he's just got.
See that hairline? Jesus,
he's got
fuck.
really bad hair. Yeah.
That's one of those assholes with a stupid plug head.
I mean, first, let's say Nicholas Turturro, NYPD Blue top 5 show all time. Very underrated. It should be put on more lists. I don't know why it's not up there. Sipowicz, better than Breaking Bad. I said it. He's better. He broke the other way. He broke good, and I think it was fabulous.
Yeah.
It's a great show. Also, as this kind of fandom, I understand. Early signing day just ended for high school players. So I was yelling like this at 17-year-old kids. So good job, Nicholas.
Well,
at least you waited until he was like 30.
So the first guy is telling people to suck his dick. So Nicholas Turturro is putting bats up people's asses. I just didn't really look. I think that the Yankee fans have come so far to just welcome the gay community. It did not seem like a fandom that was accepting. I'm so glad that they can celebrate having these feelings. And the most wonderful thing about Yankee fans is that they can't understand how anyone wouldn't want to be a Yankee fan, and also how any player might not want to play for their team.
Right.
Even their
so
team.
He's saying, he's saying, yeah, we offered you all that money, but you could have gone to all those other teams. He wouldn't have minded as much if he went to like the Dodgers.
The Dodgers, he would have been fine. Yeah.
Okay, but because he's on a crosstown team, that's salt. Jesus Christ, come on.
Now this next video is a very different approach. My understanding is that Juan Soto's camp saw this video, sort of an early cut of it, and that's why he decided to not sign with the Yankees.
From the Bronx Bombers to the Flushing Clowns, you just traded your pinstripes for some circus clowns. Why did you chase dollars? You left a legacy broke. The Bronx won't forget, man. No, this ain't a joke. Big deal, big bucks. Now you're the Mets' new pawn. But money don't win rings. Just ask DeGrom.
There's a lot more. Are you guys enjoying this song?
No, I thought you were showing me a clip from the movie Mask.
I've always been on the side of a Holocaust for gingers. I think it's at their time.
You know,
it's their time.
Casey, you're making some real sense. Your buddy Hackride comes on here, and it's not as laser focused as when you talk, and I appreciate you calling that out. So I think that, look, did it make her feel better? Maybe. Is she going to be upset if she knows that Easy just compared her to Rocky Dennis? Yes. Yeah, she's not gonna appreciate that. I don't think.
Ironically, face looks like a baseball mitt. Hey,
look at that fucking moon face. God damn.
All right, it sounds to me
nice
like
tag. Nice tag, Billy Zane. What was your name again? Easy, Billy Zane. Can I call you Billy?
Thank you. I appreciate that.
It sounds to me like you guys want more.
The Yankees make legends. Bruce Jeter and Judge. When the Mets dream dreams, they don't even budge. It was Judge for Lindor. Now that's a downgrade. You got rich, but the Subway Series ain't no parade. I'm loyal, ungrateful. Now you're just a Met. But $700 million helps you forget.
By the way, it's almost 800 million. So I think let's not shortchange what.
She couldn't even memorize it. You could tell she's fucking reading the whole thing.
Right.
Idiot.
Yeah, Ozempic Ice Spice isn't doing it for me, guys. I'm sorry.
712 Colgate with $1.99. I did know they could do that. I wish I was a loofah. Thank you. 712 Colgate. I've never seen before today. Have you?
That's a first.
Yeah, that's a first. So I appreciate you being here. All right, KC. The reason why I extended the invite was because I said, hey, we've got some clips of the Oregon Duck appearing on Pat McAfee's show. And I thought, you've probably seen it. You probably watch it every night before bed since it happened. This
nephew,
is
nephew Pat McAfee. If you're gonna, he's a nephew to the Oregon program now. We have Uncle Phil Knight, and it's nephew Pat McAfee. Yes,
I think that's important. This is before the Big Ten game, the championship game, and I did look for highlights in there, but we're not Sports Center. Looks like the game was a little closer than I thought it was going to be. But how did you feel after the Big Ten championship that the number one ranked Oregon Ducks are still undefeated, Casey?
Well, I think it's pretty amazing that you come into a conference year one, you beat Penn State, Michigan, Ohio State, and all the other comers. No, it's never been done before. The closest was 1911. So I think we did pretty good. Oh, did you see my Big Ten trophy right here? And did you see my other trophy over here? I have two trophies over here.
What's the other one? What is the other one?
Is that a Heisman?
No, it's the Burlesworth Trophy.
Oh.
It's for the best walk-on in the nation. Fucking shut up. He's amazing. Bryce Betcher.
You said the Burlesworth?
It's the Burlesworth Trophy.
For the best walk-on?
Yeah.
Wow. You mean like Rudy? Is a guy like Rudy on the team?
Honestly, shh, don't tell anyone. It's the White Guy Award. But shh, don't tell anyone. Okay. It's the White Guy Award. It's the guy that can hustle and get the ball and got the towels, and then he got big, and they're like, oh, let's give him a scholarship.
Okay.
Yes. And then Bryce Betcher was also drafted 7th round by the Oakland Athletics. So, yes, he's going to go play baseball. Congratulations, Bryce Betcher.
I'm sorry, the Sacramento Athletics. Remember, they don't play in Oakland anymore. They'll be playing in the minor leagues.
Who watches that sport? Go get your money, big dog.
All right. So, the Duck is in studio, and I did have to cut this down to 4 clips. I think the Duck did a great job, and he was writing answers on a dry erase board and communicating with them. We don't really have any of that. Just in case anybody's wondering, like, how did Pat McAfee talk to the duck for, it was about a solid 10 minutes. But here he's being very critical of the duck, and the duck isn't going to stand for Pat McAfee's bullshit.
Talked about his conditioning and his cardio. The duck couldn't even make it here from Oregon without stopping 2 times, probably. You said it was 1 time, 2 times, probably 2 times. You stopped 2 times. Your cardio's shit. It's after Thanksgiving too, duck. Yeah. No. You.
Casey, you probably speak duck. What was the duck trying to tell him here? I need you to interpret.
So nephew Pat and the duck have an ongoing feud, which actually kind of peaked at the game. So if you watched the game or anything after the game, they kind of got into it. And so this has been boiling for a while. When you can't talk, it's hard to communicate. And this duck is at least 6'5", and pretty strong. He does like 500 push-ups a game. So you don't want to fuck with this duck, Pat. You were a kicker. Let's all remember he kicked the ball. He was not a linebacker. Pat McAfee kicked the ball, and he kicked really good. And sometimes he made tackles, but he ain't doing 500 push-ups a game, and he ain't 20 years old like this duck because they get students because they don't pay them. And
right?
So,
no, of course. Why would you pay them when you can get somebody to work for free?
So funny story. The original hack ride was a guy from University of Oregon, my buddy Nick, and he was before Adderall, like ADD, bouncing off the walls all over the place. And he went and tried out for the duck, and they said he was too calm. So apparently you got to be a certain type of energy to be the Oregon Duck.
Yeah. So if hack ride doesn't bring the right energy, the original hack ride, clearly it's a very tall order. All right.
Drugs.
Well, the duck conveyed that he stopped off in Salt Lake City, so they have some questions about is he popular there?
The Mormons like you or no? Mormons like you? Everybody likes you.
Yeah, fucking though.
This guy has no shit.
There's a lot of Mormons in Oregon.
Great Salt Lake. How is it landing in that thing?
A little chilly.
And he's going to show his moves. This is how he landed.
Yeah. Turbulence.
Crashed.
Yep.
So you're a terrible flyer. How old are you? If I had to get, how many years have you been flying?
So he's counting on his fingers. I think that the interesting thing is that Pat, this is like 8 minutes into the interview, still doesn't realize it's going to take you a while to get answers. And you shouldn't ask him, how old are you? How about something with a shrug? Or how long you've been flying? Not the best question.
No. The duck controls the interview. That's how this works.
Okay. All right.
You seem to want to work on like man's theories. No, this is duck theory.
This is duck theory. All right. Well, don't worry, Easy. I can see how much you're enjoying the duck conversation.
Pat McAfee is stupid when he's talking, let alone talking to a guy who's not talking.
Well,
come on.
that way.
So he's not a guy. It's a duck.
Whatever.
You can see it's a duck.
Yeah, McAfee's a moron.
9 years old? 10 years
Most
old?
influential sports media person there is. You bastard.
Without a doubt. And that
100%.
just shows there's a lot of stupid people that like him.
He's the future John Gruden. Once we see his racist emails, he'll be sidelined as well, I'm sure.
Liam McEnany again with $2 more. 27 rings, each one attached to a pacifier. Babies. Shout out to the Mets Nation taking shots at the Yankees. Let's get back to the duck.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah,
Isn't it
please.
funny how they used to call baseball America's sport?
Yeah.
Isn't that funny?
It was a different America, KC.
Yeah. I mean, but college football is clearly America's sport right now. We can all agree on that on this panel, right? NFL is a joke comparatively to college football. College football is America's sport. All right, we can move on.
All right. Well, you know what? For the sake of the duck, let's move on.
The duck's life expectancy, especially when it's running into a Nittany lion on a Saturday.
The guy's making lion noises with the duck.
I'm worried about you, dude. With the fights, with the flags being planted,
I know.
the mascot fights.
Yep.
This is going to duck around and find out, ain't it?
Oh, yeah.
Truly.
Legit, you're going to duck around and find out, I think. Oh, he said, okay.
So how proud do you think Eric McAfee is of Duck Around and Find Out?
God, the fact that the segment ends and he has to look around the room and yeah, guys, that was good. This was great. This was very, very good.
Don't worry, they end big. And for our visual audience, because they talked about the mascots, I always figure it's a great time to show the Wildcat and the Sun Devil engaging in fisticuffs, which was a lot of fun last week. Carl Hamburger, Hamburger. Wait, there's college football? I'll have to look into that. The Northeast is not college football territory. I grew up in New York. It's not really.
Syracuse was okay this year. But still,
Rutgers is awesome.
No, that's a joke. Get out of here. The only thing Rutgers is good for is having Oregon come and beat their ass so you guys can see real football on the East Coast.
Penn
so,
State,
hey, you want to see some
great.
real football? Wait till next year. We'll come and beat Rutgers in front of you. It'll be fun.
Well, we've talked about Penn State does a really good job of outreach towards younger players in the community.
Well,
yeah, we established that just a little while ago. I think that's.
It wasn't that long ago when, that we mentioned Sandusky. The fact that there's still a program is an upset.
Well, everyone died and went to jail, so they're like, we can just forget about that. Move on.
Yeah, even Joe Pa got snuffed out during all that.
Yeah, that one really turned it around for the program. I got to tell you, that call was like, woohoo, we're out of this one, baby.
Where is that statue? Remember they built a statue to Joe Pa, and then they had to move
I thought they dumped him in the ocean like Osama bin Laden.
I think that might have been what they did. All right, so look, the Duck gets a chance to win some money. He's got to throw a football into one of these nets, and I know we have our audio-only audience, so we'll make sure that we do our part to describe it. So the Duck gets ready.
Quack, 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 quack. Go Duck!
Oh,
Jesus! God.
Take a little off, Doug.
Holy shit.
He's all jacked up.
What if that would have come down?
That would have been awesome.
Threw his arm out.
Throw another one out there.
Duck, we get some damn control, please.
So how would you, as a talent scout, Casey, how would you quantify that throw from the Duck? Is it Matt Leinart-esque?
It's brilliant. I mean, the man's too strong for the ball, too big for the room.
Okay, that's fair. All right. Well, we'll end on a good note because he gets another chance. Apparently, even though he's associated with the football program, he takes a shot at getting a basketball into a hoop. All right, so Pat hands it to him.
40 people, $500. All you gotta do is repost this post, say something nice to somebody, and put the easiest way to pay you. Thanks for the gifts, Duck.
Thank you.
So the Duck wins $500 for 40 people. So there's a happy ending, Casey. That's if the Duck kept missing, and by the way, there's like 4 other misses that I didn't show. I figured let's have the proverbial happy ending here.
Well, how do you think this is going to go with a thing that can't talk and that can't see? I mean, this is like Helen Keller TV, really.
This is not on the Duck. This is not the Duck's fault.
That would be amazing. I think what you do to make this funner is you go and get like a mute deaf person, and you put them in the suit, and you just don't let them know what's going on, and you just throw them in a room. That would be fun because that's kind of what we just saw.
Yeah, McAfee. This is just.
So this is on him. You think that?
It's a 4-hour show. I mean,
it's a long show.
But so he plots out 15 minutes of shit. That's what he should write. 15 minutes.
This is the song before Stairway to Heaven. You need some time to get your marbles before the big one.
Sometimes you need some mountain song. I get it.
All right. There's another clip from that or no?
I just have those 4. Sorry. So,
okay. There was a clip that came out yesterday from his show where he was talking about he went to the Big Ten game and he was watching behind a crane for a long time, so he was bitching and complaining about that because they had really expensive seats. And the Duck spotted him, and he just said at certain points of the game they would just look over at the Duck, and the Duck was like squaring off with him, just staring at him and wanting to fight McAfee. So this thing is going to continue. But he also said, McAfee said, the Duck is the greatest mascot that has ever existed. Thank you, Pat McAfee.
Wow.
That's quite a credential.
It's tough to top the Philly Fanatic, I just have to say. And I am no fan of that. I'm no fan of that organization, but it's tough to top. I mean, the Philly Fanatic has his own little dirt bike that he rides out on the field, and he used to be relentless against Tom Lasorda.
Hey, guys, so before I get out of here today, I'm not only a Duck fan, I also work at Division Street, which is the NIL collective, which gets money for players. So, hey, can I put you down for, I don't know, $1,000 each for a halfback? We need a DB. We needed some safeties. We needed defensive linemen. We got a lot of players going pro. The portal is open, and I need your money. Christian, how much can I put you down for the Oregon Collective? I mean, it gives you a great warm feeling inside when you know that the player that you donated to is driving a Benzo or a Lambo in your name.
I can probably give you 10% of my cut of today's super chat.
Yeah, so about $1.
Yeah, that's probably what it comes
not
down
even
to.
worth the stamps.
So, KC, when's the next time the Ducks take the field? For people that maybe feel like, you know what, maybe I will get in January 1st. So,
the Rose Bowl, baby. Rose Bowl bound. January 1st versus the winner of Tennessee and Ohio State, which I honestly can't tell you right now who that would be because Tennessee's solid. They got themselves a Hawaiian quarterback, so if Tennessee wins, we got a Battle of Hawaii. And if Ohio State wins, we got the rematch of the greatest game of the year.
So that game being in Pasadena, should I expect that you'll be there?
I am not going to be there, funnily enough. I don't know. Funnily, I am going to Inglewood to watch it.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have you heard of Cosm?
Yes.
Yes.
I don't know if you've seen this. It's
that
kind
the
of like,
interactive thing?
Yep.
Yes.
Yeah, it's like it's
looks
like
fantastic. It's like you're there.
It's better than being there because toilets you can get to, and there's chicken wings. For
Is it
people.
expensive to see a game like that?
It's cheaper than the game, better parking, better view, and everything about it is awesome. Plus, you don't have to deal with traffic when you leave. Only from Inglewood, which isn't so bad.
No, it's not. It's not so bad. And the Rose Bowl is the one venue in Los Angeles that I vowed to never go to again. So I hate it so much.
All right, so Hairlip, I'm sorry, Eric Zeros, Lane Zippy, whatever your name is. Can I put you down for a G for a safety? We need.
Look, I'm in the same boat as Christian. I'm in the same boat as Christian.
Yeah. We'll let you. We'll do
that
the
boat's
accounting.
sinking because Christian's a fatto. Hey-o. Sorry.
Whoa, KC. All right.
That was
Come on,
hack right.
man.
He slipped in. Sorry.
Yeah, no, that's
Hack
all right.
Ride?
Well, yeah, I'm possibly the only fan of Hack Ride, so he should be careful. But
No, I love him. He's good.
I'm
He's
a
going
big
members only, so I'll make sure to see your membership over there, Christian. And if I don't, you just lied to your whole audience.
Yes.
Oh.
No, of course. And if people want to catch
fuck you,
JFK Hedgehog, can't wait till he's gone. I want to make sure that people know that
no trophies for Head Chunk. That's okay, Head Chunk.
At this moment, there is only one show that chronicles the career of Eric the actor on the Howard Stern show.
Moment.
So
Nice.
at this moment, the only show that does that, where can they find that?
Starting now. You can find that on the @Hack Ride Studios channel, and we welcome anyone to do a show on Eric. I fucking love Eric, especially if you have tapes at home with you and Eric. Why aren't they out there? I'm actually more angry that they're not out there than that they would be out there. So damn you people, get them out there.
How far away are you from Jimmy Kimmel trying to get him to fly with balloons? Are we still a long ways from there?
We have, yes. So we are up to, not this episode, but the next episode is You Know What to Do. So we're about halfway through. Yes.
We're about Eric's not a Stern guy. He was basically telling someone to put out a hit. Easy over here. So Eric the Midget is trying to tell somebody to put a hit out on somebody who who called into the show and said mean things about him.
I am aware of who he is, and he's dead now, right?
Yes. Yeah. Rest in power.
Lives in our hearts forever. Yes.
Yeah.
We speak your name, Eric.
Before we go, I
Not
have
you,
I have a couple
turkey
clips
shape
of the Simpsons broadcast of Monday Night Football last night. Do you need to run, Casey, or do you want to see what that catastrophe was like?
No, I'll make a Head Chunk happy and get the hell out of here. Winners get to choose their time and place to leave.
We appreciate it. Well,
yeah,
Casey,
bye.
thank you for being with us, and everybody head on over to Hack Ride Studios, and we'll talk to you soon. And give my best to Hack Ride. I miss him already.
All right, Christian, Zion, nice to meet you guys.
The pleasure.
See you later. All right. Well, he wanted to go, and we're going to wrap up. I just need to show. So they did one of those. They've done this before. They did Toy Story. They did another one. They did one of those alternative broadcasts of Monday Night Football last night. Were you aware of this, Eric?
I was. I saw a couple clips.
Yeah. So we've just got a couple clips here, but here is a throw from Homer Simpson.
And now Homer enters the game.
Interesting. Dak Prescott out for the year. Cooper Rush, a good start tonight, but they are putting Homer Simpson out there at quarterback.
Oh, boy.
On 2nd and 6, he fakes the give to Dowdle. He throws, and that is complete. What a start
Homer.
for Simpson. It's C.D. Lamb. Play clock down.
Yeah. So it does sound like they're saying Homer sucks. And I guess the NFL and the Simpsons have gotten a little too woke because watch this reception.
Out at the 40-yard line, so Bart will throw. It's Lisa, puts her foot in the ground, leaves her dad in the dust, and says, if anyone needs me, I'll be in the end zone. Touchdown, Cincinnati.
This makes me hate football. I love football.
Yeah.
And now I hate it.
I felt like that was going to be the end result. If we're going to share segments from here, I watched the whole thing. It was awesome. Carl, I feel like, okay, let's put it this way. If the Bills were playing in that game, there's no way you would have watched the Simpsons broadcast. Does seem like it was fun, but I also couldn't tell, like, were they following the game along? Because I only checked after the fact, and if you were a Cowboys or Bengals fan, I cannot imagine watching this, but I do love the Simpsons. I just can't imagine watching a football game play out in this way, but we couldn't cover this easy if I didn't feature the animated commentary from animated Stephen A. Smith.
Really? You're checking in with me? Instead, why not check in on the man dreaming this whole thing? One Homer Simpson. That half-shaven snowman built out of mayonnaise is laying on his couch, imagining all this foolishness. He has his baby daughter operating the Skycam, a task that's dangerous, difficult, and let's not forget, only for members of a union, which I am quite certain she is not. Also, since we have this moment, let me ask you, what do we make of a man who, even in his dream, is making mistakes? Incomplete passes, misread plays, etc. It's a joke. Homer J. Simpson is even too lazy to dream of himself as successful. And still, knowing all this, you've chosen to check in with me.
I wish there was an animated noose next to him.
Check in on him.
God damn, do I hate this. I hate everything about this. Fuckface Carl says I watched the whole thing. It was awesome. Yes. Every now and then he says something that makes me go, how? How can you like something so shitty?
Well, here's the thing. There are 10 amazing seasons of The Simpsons and like 24 other ones, So it's tough sometimes to separate the greatness of those seasons. Kind of makes it hard to let go. Sometimes I can't quit you. And case in point, all right, here's another Stephen A. Smith clip.
Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me no pleasure to be here with you today because today we all bear witness to the madness of an exhausted man's hot dog fever dream. In this man's nitrate-soaked brain, he's playing football against his own son. A father pitted against his own flesh and blood. It's ridiculous.
Do you think that this bit might be overwritten, Eric?
It's so overwritten. It's so Stephen A. Smith reading is a million times worse than Stephen A. Smith making a point about sports.
Let me ask a question. What if it was Shannon Sharp?
Well, yeah, because that Shannon Sharp is a goddamn he's dinner and a movie when he's talking. It's just so goddamn entertaining to hear all that. It's fantastic.
A travesty, an insult to the game of football, and a stain on our national fabric. What kind of stain? I can't say. Maybe soy sauce or gravy. Whatever it is, it's something dark and sticky and not machine washable. No, this national stain is dry cleaning only.
So I'm going to say that this bit is overwritten, but not by writers of The Simpsons, even in season 35. I would say that somebody at ESPN wrote that for Stephen A. So perhaps we're not going big, but we are going home, Eric.
Oh, thank Christ. Oh,
God. I thought that just 2 clips of actual on the field play was all we really needed.
What a way to limp to the finish line. That bit in fucking dime store fucking Oregon puppet.
That is an avatar. That is a virtual person. Where would you rank Casey Day compared to Hack Ride? Which one do you prefer on the show?
Hack Ride, because Casey's voice is fucking puker. I can't stand it.
Okay. I'll make sure to pass that along that you're a big fan. Well, Eric, if people want to keep in touch with you before next Tuesday's show, where can they find you?
You can add to the multitude of people who will not check me out, the Eric Zane Show podcast, wherever you download shows, audio. And then if you want it live, 10 a.m. Eastern, twitch.tv/Eric Zane Live, or just Eric Zane Live, all one word, on Twitch.
So I've got an important question now. So there's this Castro. Now, we got this currency once before, and this is 250 of those. But I don't know how much money that is. So don't make me do math at the end of the show, chat. We love when you give us money. Streamlabs, Venmo, PayPal, Super Chat, memberships, gifted memberships. But now I don't know. Is this the big one? Well, Eric, are you doing the math? It looks like you're trying to do some long division.
Yeah, NOK to dollars, right?
Yep. Yeah, so 250 to dollars. And while Eric's figuring that out, I want to make sure everybody comes back next Tuesday for our Kissmas Spectacular. We'll be joined by our friend Don Jameson making his triumphant return to the show. And if you can't wait to hear from Don, check out the latest episode of the podcast I co-created, 100 Songs That Define Heavy Metal, available wherever podcasts are found. The latest episode features Don Jameson talking about Thin Lizzy's jailbreak with our host, Brian Slagle of Metal Blade Magazine. My personal podcast is the Blackcast. On Thursday, I'll be recording an episode with the great Lucy Tightbox talking about Silent Night, Deadly Night 2. So what's the end result on 200?
It's about $22.
All right, that is actually our big dollar amount. So this is really a tough one, though, the way it's written out.
I don't even know what language that is.
No, because it's just written out phonetically. Because you can see that there's a micro penis in there. So Jeg Elsker micro penis din ez tiltros forat den. Oh, so this maybe it's a mixture of German. I mean, look, you gave us like $22, so it's great. But Jeg Elsker micro pin is din ez tiltros forat den iki verker. I really thought that they were trying to sneak some words in there.
I think it's supposed to be, I love your micro penis. Ice cream easy, despite the fact that it does not work.
Wow. So somebody tells me that you speak the Lord's tongue, German.
No, JFK head chunk.
JFK head chunk.
Yeah.
Well, put it up on the screen. Let's give him some credit. Thank you, Crazy Kevy Casto. I love your micro penis ice cream easy, despite the fact that it does not work. That was the sign off. We appreciate that. We appreciate everybody giving us the big money that is not a nickel is going to go to KC and the Oregon football program. They don't need our money. That's the point. So thanks again, everybody. Every mic is a hot mic, that thing that I just said. And we will see you next Tuesday with Don Jameson, where it'll be Kissmas